culture!
Welcome back to a new video here. Today we're going to start the day off to doing little screen printing prints, Seattle Seahawks style, because we live in the greater Washington, Seattle area, and I've been doing these Seahawks things, I don't know how, like 5 years now, because they won the Super Bowl and I jumped on the bandwagon, and this is pretty fun with doing this and filming it. But that's kind of dizzy. I'm dizzy. We're just gonna do some Plastiol heat transfers. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we're gonna get shit going. I'm in here smelling fumes and stuff. Man, I laid down fucking perfect the first try, huh? Let's see if this lines up with this. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, to give you a detailed brief on what we're doing, we're making these Seattle Seahawks Plastiol heat transfers to make some tie-dye Seahawks hoodies and t-shirts. That's what I do during the football season. And I was screen printing on direct to the garment right here, but I figured out this heat transfer way works better for me. I'm in the process of thinking about getting a 4-color like shirt board screen print situation. Screen print machine right now, I can get two deals done at the one time, but right now I can only use one because I have my my flash dryer on the other side. So if I had 4, the one that I want to get is 4, and it's basically the same style as you see here. I have 4 right here, but it would be 4 shirt boards, and the cool thing about that one is I can move this. Something's gonna fall down. Okay. I can move this and the board thing at one time. So instead of doing one print, popping it over into the flash dryer and drying it, I could pop it over under the flash dryer, turn this, have one, count to 10 like I normally do to get it dry, hit it, flip it, hit it, flip it, hit it, flip it, and have 4 done in a matter of minutes. I'll still use this one as a, if somebody needs a single color print and a dozen shirts or something, or like 2 shirts, it'd be easier to do it on this than, something. And the skateboard press is right behind you still. So in the long run, I might be using this one just for stickers. I'm in the process of learning how to print stickers and stuff like that. So let's go on for the ride and let's get some printing done. And I do this with one hand. Well, I hold the screen down with this hand, and then so the way I screen print, because it's hard for me to hold this with my right hand, I just hold the screen down like this, and then I hold it. Sometimes I don't even hold the screen down, but sometimes I hold the screen down with my hand right here, and I put this hand in the middle, because in the middle there's better distribution of the pressure. So if I hold it over here, there's going to be more pressure over here. If I hold it over here, there's going to be more pressure over here. And the print's going to look goofy. But this is a one-handed deal. Figured it out. Just right in the middle. And then you don't have to, because it's like printing on paper, you don't have to hit it that hard like a garment. So you just give it barely pressure. And the prints turn out fantastic. You see what I'm saying? Here's the next step in the process of doing the transfers. You basically gotta put some fairy dust on it. It looks like what does it look like? Looks like flour or cocaine. But this is what you do. You take this and you sprinkle it on. I use a flour sifter. It works perfect. And you make sure that it's all, and it doesn't matter if it does that. And you make sure that it's all knocked off and ready to go. And we gotta make sure that this is okay. Here is the third and final step. Drying the creature. And I figured out the drying is when it gotta get up to 325 and it's fully cured. Sometimes I take it out and if it's still tacky, it's still a little bit tacky on my thumb, or on my finger. There's still a little bit of tackiness going, so I put it in there for another couple minutes. Sometimes you gotta count to 20. You just don't want to burn the paper. And here's another reason why I want to get into a 4-color shirt board when it turns, like this thing is called octopus arms, where it turns like that. It's like on a Lazy Susan, and the thing would be on and the shirt boards would be like on a Lazy Susan too, but they lock in the place where you want them. I would feel more comfortable actually doing it directly onto the garment. That makes sense. Like this setup right here is good, and I've learned a lot. I've done a lot on this one, but I feel more confident because then I can count to 20. It's hard to move the move the flash dryer each and every time you want to do a print. So it takes a longer time and a longer process if you're doing it just with 2 shirt boards and you're doing 50 shirts. You can only do 2 at a time. Or even with the transfers, you only do 2 at a time. Multicolors on multicolor shirts, I would feel more comfortable doing it with the heat transfer. But like a 1-color hit, or like even a 2-color hit, I would do it directly on the garment. Now here's the step where you take this and we cut the excess off so we can, I don't have any shirts right now, but I'm in the process of doing them, and I'm taking this very seriously. That's why I'm looking into getting a 4-color heat press. Not a heat press, but a 4-color, whatever it's called, screen printing machine. Well, I already have a 4-color, but with 4 shirt boards, and where everything turns and locks in position. Because sometimes, see right there, now it's ready for a shirt. Because sometimes I'm only doing 1 color, but I want to get into multicolor. Because wouldn't that be sick if this had like a green background? I'm not a Seahawks fan, I'm just whatever. But like, offer like a 2-color hit with this. I don't know, I'm just thinking. Just, again, I'm busy. I don't have time. For this bickering. Heat transfers that I've done so far, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So basically, I'm sitting on 8 shirts. Well, I want to get at least 12 done. I want to get this shit done because I know it was popping off because my girlfriend's really into the football and I get the feedback from her. So she goes, I better get this stuff popping because they have won their first 2 games back to back and they're looking really good this season. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay, before you even can screen print on the heat transfers, because I don't have the conveyor belt dryer, you usually run them through the conveyor belt dryer. You got to get them at a temperature because they shrink up, and we're trying to get them to shrink up just a little bit. And the reason why I shrink them up just a little bit, they tell you, but I figured out is like because when you print on it, it's almost like, I'm thinking it's almost like printing on the shirt. It's like you want to flash dry your shirts. This is just what I do. I flash dry my shirts before I even print on them to shrink it up just a little bit, and then it gets all the moisture out. And then when you hit the shirt, say you're doing a black t-shirt with white ink, and you hit it one time, and then you flash it, when you put the screen on there, it will line up in the same spot every single time. They recommend, what do they call it? A suction, like a vacuum palette for these things, but I don't need one of those. We don't need one. We don't need to spend the money on it. We can do it exactly just like this. So here's what happens after screen printing for long periods of time with old shirt boards. It's a good thing it's an old one and it's not on there. It gets so hot it warps. You see, it's almost like if we could get it to turn a little bit more, it almost look like a quarter pipe. Don't hit the player, hit the game. We're out here doing our own thing. Until next time, we're out here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And even though that the description on the outro says otherwise, I post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I gotta fix that. My new website link down below. Thank you for watching. Huh?